No. Oh. No. 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 Please. Please. Open the door. Open the door. So what is the point of kicking him out if we're just going to have him come back in about 5 hours or something? Because if the universe is in danger and we need help, we'll need to get him. This is a test. Okay, the universe is in trouble. Bring him in. Right, I'll go and get him. Open the door. Thank you. Thank you so much. You gotta come in and learn. Yes. Yes. Hello, Nick here, and welcome to my review of Doctor Strange, the latest Marvel MCU movie, 14th in total. It's been about 8 years, an 8-year running. So yeah, Doctor Strange. I can say this is the most visually stunning Marvel film, and maybe one of the most visually stunning superhero films, especially of the year. Definitely is the most visually stunning of the year. I have seen all the superhero films apart from Captain America Civil War. Hopefully I might be able to see that soon, though not at the cinema, so that will be off the ranking list. But there will be a very popular superhero film near the top of said ranking list. I'll let you wonder what that is. I can say that Doctor Strange is one of the better of the non-Civil War superhero films this year. Though not the best. It's definitely up there. Really not much I can say. It's a great film. The acting is great from the cast, particularly Benedict Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange. The characters are really well done. I know some people have been saying some of the villains are boring, and what's his name? The one played by Matt Mickelson, should be around here hopefully. It's a bit dull and generic, but Mickelson does him okay, and it does a good job. And the character has some funny lines. It's like when he meets him for the first time, he's like, "Who you, Mr. Doctor? Mr. Doctor? It's strange. Who must judge?" That's a great scene, and I love that scene. I'm going to sketch that later. That was really good. Tilda Swinton is probably the next best character as the Ancient One. I know there's been a lot of controversy because she's white and not a Tibetan man like in the comics, but it makes sense because they're focusing their demographic on China. Part of their demographic is China, and that's why they moved it from Tibet to somewhere not too far away. I'm not sure where. On the plus side, we got a woman as the Ancient One, so pros for women in higher character positions, even though people may see it as whitewashing. From a business sense, it makes sense. And we've got a couple of other black characters in here, so we're not being demographically racist. The character of Mordu, I think his name was, and also the Keeper of the Library. I think. Also, Swinton plays the Ancient One really well, especially that scene where her and Doctor Strange are in their out of body moments on the balcony in New York, at the New York hospital. That was a great scene. We've also got the before we move on, the other sorcerers. Mordu, I think his name was, but I could be wrong. He's apparently supposed to be one of Doctor Strange's bigger villains, but but he hasn't. That hasn't happened yet. I think that's what the spoiler alert. The post-credits scene at the end implies. When he walks away at the end of the film, the post-credits scene implies he is going down a new path. He's going to take out quite a few of the sorcerers, and Doctor Strange will have to stop him as a new enemy. I think the library's man's name is Wong. He's a good character. He's great. And he's got some funny moments. As does Mordu, who gives him the Wi-Fi password. We're not savages, you know. So both of those are great supporting characters, and looking forward to seeing both. And again in future films, and we'll hopefully see how Mordu becomes the villain or goes down his path, whilst Wong will be more of an ally, hopefully. The big bad what was his name? I can't remember. It'll be in here, or I'll remember it later. Who Doctor Strange challenges he's not really done. He doesn't really do much apart from swallow buildings and get caught in a time loop. So he's got some good moments. Whoever voices him is great. And Rachel McAdams plays Doctor Strange's love interest, or so to say, but she doesn't really get much to do apart from be the love interest and also do some surgery. Apart from when she's saving Strange's life after being attacked by Mickelson's characters, henchman, and also when trying to save the Ancient One, and helping Strange save a few other people at the start. She doesn't really do that much. I haven't done story, have I? Okay, we'll get around to that. And these other doctors at the place, especially this one other Strange, a bit of a rival. It's kind of like a rival, sort of. Doesn't do much. The story is Doctor Strange, the surgeon, the nerve surgeon, has an accident one night, and so he fractures his hand, so he can't continue his job. So he goes over to, so he talks to a guy who damaged his legs, couldn't walk, and then somehow managed to get them walking as normal. So he sees him. He tells Doctor Strange about the place. It wasn't Tibet, it was somewhere else. So Doctor Strange goes over there to get taught by the Ancient One and the other sorcerers, the other masters, about it. And meanwhile, Mickelson's character is preparing to get this great big god person thingy to come and rule. And so Doctor Strange has to stop them, and he fights to save his friends. He gets the cloak of levibility. So he and Mordu fight the villains in New York Sanctum and in New York. And then the Ancient One sacrifices herself to save them. And she has been using the darker powers as the stronger method to keep the strength. strength balance. And then she gets killed, but like I said, before she dies, she has that out of body moment with Strange, and so then Strange and Mordo then go on to take on Mixon's character with Wong after he's at the Battle of Hong Kong, and also the London one had been lost a while earlier. So then Doctor Strange then challenges a godlike person to tries to make a deal with him, and he keeps using the time loop to sort that out. And eventually, godlike person leaves, taking Mixon's character and his followers with him, and Mordo leaves because he can't continue down using the dark powers as an advantage path, which will eventually lead him to be the bad guy in the future films, trying to get rid of all the sorcerers. And Doctor Strange becomes the new guardian of the New York Sanctum, in fact maybe even the Sanctum as a whole, the main Sanctum even. Yes, it's mostly entertaining. It's a little bit confusing at some points, right? There's quite a bit of Doctor Strange's training, which, unlike Batman Begins, I was hoping it wouldn't be like, wouldn't be too much training, unlike Batman Begins, where it was fine to see all the training. But I didn't really want to see too much of that with this film. I wanted to see him be Doctor Strange. With Batman Begins, it made sense because it was Batman Begins, but yeah, again, this is an origin story, but I didn't want to see it as much here as I would have maybe before Batman Begins. And thankfully, they do quite a bit of training here, maybe more than Batman Begins, but it doesn't last too long per scene. And once Strange actually starts wearing that cloak and starts using his powers to save the day, that's where it becomes more interesting, and that's when you start to understand the character, to get invested with the superhero side of the character as opposed to just the character. 'Cause I haven't talked about Strange himself yet, have I? He's a bit of a jerk. He's good at his job, but he's not a very good man. And he likes making jokes, not too different to Tony Stark and Iron Man. In fact, Doctor Strange is very much a Tony Stark character, except he's better at his job, until he's unable to do it. Sorry, I've got a minute around here. And some of his jokes aren't as good as Tony's, or quips. But he's still pretty much a not too different one, apart from swapping machinery for magic, and knowledge on technology, with surgeon knowledge, and later magical arts one. But at the end of the day, but eventually he does do something unselfish, and actually saves the world, which I guess is how he becomes properly Doctor Strange, because he has the capability of being unselfish, which then I guess makes him the perfect person to continue. I think that's pretty much it, really. Again, this wasn't too long. Production level is brilliant. Visually, it's fantastic. Script-wise, it's confusing, but it's easy to follow a simple plot line. It's a pretty great film, and you'll really enjoy it. It's a great film, and I'm going to give Doctor Strange a 9 out of 10. Great film, really good. You'll enjoy it. It's not quite one of Marvel's best, but I liked it quite a bit. And is a pretty good one, and it is one of the better superhero films of this year. Like I say, I haven't seen Civil War yet, but out of the 5 I did see, which I believe are the other 5 as far as I'm aware, this one is, I'd probably say, second best. Yeah, second. So, that's Doctor Strange. It's over and done. I'm not sure what the next film review will be. I'm hoping to see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in a few weeks. Hopefully by the time, either at the end of a class review, or otherwise you'll know, otherwise you'll just see it pop up. Or at the end of the Doctor Who Christmas special review, possibly. Even. Hopefully you'll be able to get something or some things done before then that aren't class related. Reviews, that is. So yeah. Next film review is to be announced. Hopefully Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in a few weeks. But plans can change, as we probably know if you're a regular to these reviews. But the next review will definitely be Class Episode 4, Co-Owner of a Lonely Heart, which should be coming up soon after this one, at least. I hope so. Not too long, at least, I hope. So, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys next time. And you are Mr. Doctor. Mr. Doctor? It's strange. Well, who am I to judge? No. My name is Dr. Stephen Strange. Not Mr. Doctor. It's only Mr. on letters and stuff. No, and legal documents. But I am known as Dr. Stephen Strange. Or Doctor Strange. Ah. Okay. Good.